Hey everybody, Kaye here. Well, I have just cleared this patch here for nasturtium. And I was gonna do it down the length of this. You see the walk-in, there's so much space here and it's actually good soil because a lot of it has washed down from up here over the 5 years, but it's really compacted because we walk back and forth through there and drag the wagon and the tiller. And also it's across, you know, I've got to be able to get across to this side. So hoses go back and forth. And so I just didn't think it would be a good idea. I've never thought it's a good idea to put a row right down through here. So I thought, well, let me just put them right here. They do spread out and I might pop just 2 or 3 seeds in and around the tomato plants over here. So today is Thursday and Saturday. All of this purslane and the other weeds in the rows are going to be tilled out. In fact, Randy went around, as you can see. Randy took a hoe around all of the plants, which you can plainly see, and just the middle, you know, anywhere the tiller cannot get. He went ahead and hoed and got the weeds out 2 days ago. And same for the beans and the okra over here. All this will be tilled. And not too much to till. Let me just give you a quick look around. This is June 4th. And there have been other Junes when I have not been this far ahead. And my first planting of corn was these, I think 2.5 rows. Or maybe it was 3.5 rows actually. And this is chest high. Take a look. See? Yeah. And check out, oh, I want to show you this sunflower. This is the best soil down here in the whole garden. But it's just too much else going on down here, you know? Isn't that a beauty? I don't think I've had the dark burgundy one pop yet. Let's look down here. These are all supposed to be dark down here, unless I got my seeds mixed up. I sure hope not. That doesn't look purple. But to have sunflowers over your head on June 1st, June 4th is fantastic. And this is a monster. Look at this guy. Woo! That's a big boy. And look at my sweet potatoes. Wow. I've been so fixated on deer damage in the other gardens that I haven't even had a chance to take a look at my sweet potatoes. I didn't plant as many this year, and you know, you just, when you look at something, you just can't help but pull weeds out, right? So sweet potatoes are looking good. And only these last little few here got a long way to go, but I watered them yesterday, so hopefully. Look at that. I transplanted this borage. It was in the way over here. Put it here, it completely wilted, and look what happened. Okay, this row is really full, and these peas need to be harvested and eaten. That's a snow pea. Oh my goodness. So good. Now these, I think there's 3 here. Wait, 2? Yeah, 3. These are volunteer corn, and they're tasseling, obviously. And they have the big side pieces, and I never know whether I should cut these to give more power to the main stem. Let me know if you have an opinion on that. And there's another one here, see? Look at that. That's a volunteer sunflower. We love our volunteers. Oh, and look at this borage. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this is supposed to keep the tomato hornworm off of these tomatoes down here. And I got all these are all the lemon cucumbers. And look, we got blooms. We got blooms, yes we do. And look, And I picked them all up yesterday, or day before yesterday, and got the vines off the ground and onto the trellis. Look at that zinnia, that's a volunteer. And borage, and that's a volunteer sunflower right there. And oh, are we excited? Now this I'm not excited about. I have not sprayed these, and this is obviously some kind of blight. So I'm really hoping this does not take over my cucumbers. Let me know what you think. Should I spray it? And what with? If it comes down to losing your crop, I'm not going to hold out to 100% organic. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. We've got, that looks like a squash. And that looks like a melon. And that's a watermelon. 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 You can tell from the shape of the leaves, that's a melon. And that looks like a squash. So I'm hoping those two are butternuts, because if not, I don't have any butternut. And you just don't want to be without butternut, right? That's a watermelon peeking out. That's a watermelon. I'm mainly growing orange glow this year, just because others didn't come up. That's some kind of a melon. And not sure about that one yet. Watermelon, watermelon. You can see there's a bunch of that blight down on this end, but these look pretty good. Let me know what you think. Look, see all this? It's gotta go, gotta go. Look at this. This is my new calendula bed. Isn't this cute? And my okra looks fantastic. Got a few blooms here. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 plants were volunteers from last year, and I just decided to add to it with some that I seeded in a box. These are my family heirloom field pea called wild goose pea, and I just always want to grow a few because I want to keep it going, you know. If not me, who? Okay, let's get these nasturtium seeds in the ground. I got a premiere to get to. Okay, here are my soaked nasturtium seeds. And they're 2 different colors, and I'm going to mix them up. So you're supposed to put 3 seeds, that's my row right there, 3 seeds every 8 to 12 inches. Okay. I alternated. Let's see. There they are. There they are. And I did a little over a foot apart because I didn't have that many seeds. So now I'm going to put a little fertilizer and cover them up. Did I ever mention that fungi love wood chips? Now this is the stinkhorn fungus. So look it up if you're not familiar with it. All right, that is the new nasturtium bed. I got a little hay on that, and now we wait. And I meant to mention, you bury the seeds a half to 1 inch deep. Okay, now we wait. Wow. Okay, here's the look inside the fence, and yes, I've been hoeing and I'm out of breath. But wow, June 4th, unbelievable sunflowers over there, and corn closer, and field peas. You can't see the okra from here, but you can see the calendula and the zucchini, sweet potatoes. Yeah. And all those are tomatoes, borage, peas, and lemon cucumber. Oh, I'm so tired. Wow. Look at these calendula. Isn't that cool? And the sunflowers, those are volunteer. We love volunteers. Look at those tomatoes. Yeah, I'm worried about my potatoes though. I think one row has blight. And here are the beans. You just saw that video. One in there is missing. I think it was the little one that didn't quite make the transition. But there's a little one right there. But it looks like it's making it. So that little one's making it. And there's the triple. And look at these rattlesnake pole beans. Boy, didn't they transplant well. And there's the bergamot. And it's time for Kaye to take a break. Oh, let me show you the cushaw. Real quick, it needs a drink anyway. Come on, hose, come on. Aren't the cushaw leaves just cuter than pie? I mean, they're polka-dotted, you know, and they're a lighter green than most squash. So if I get a few cushaw, then I can have fresh seeds. That's a southern heirloom. We want to preserve our southern heirlooms. It's really polka dotted in the shade. Look at that. Give it a little drink. Let's give these tomatoes a little drink. My little trough around each plant got obliterated when the hoeing took place. So next time I'm down here, I'm going to go around and take off all the lower leaves. I've done that twice already. You want the plant to get some growth on it before you start doing that, though, because it just needs it.